Good evening, friends. Here we are in the building that was once the Citron Synagogue at Ulica Polna 24A. This place has deep meaning to me. My dear mother and her family lived at Polna 27 in 1923 before they left Białystok for America. Later, Shmuel Citron and his family built the synagogue on the same street. My great-grandmother, Yuda Citron, may have been related to this family. This is the book, The Bialystoker Builder Album, published in New York by David Sohn in 1951. I have owned this book for 20 years and refer to it often. It is an honor to the memory of all Jewish Białystokers, then and now, for Mirosław Recko and his colleagues to publish a Polish translation of this book. 71 years later, it is my honor and privilege to write the introduction. Białystok was always in my mind as I heard stories from my family of life before immigration. Finally, in 1996, at the age of 50, I visited Białystok. My guide was the best, Mr. Tomek Wisniewski. I left that day with Białystok in my heart as well as in my mind. I have returned many times since 1996. You might say that I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States of America, but my roots are deep in the heart of Białystok. I am very proud to be a Bialystoker. As David Sohn wrote when speaking of his fellow Jewish Białystokers spread throughout the world, the tree of Bialystoker life blooms in every corner of the globe. And with this book, Mr. Sohn returns to Białystok, the tree of the Jewish way of life destroyed by the Nazis during World War II, is now blooming through the people in this room. Thank you so much. Today, it is impossible for me to talk about Białystok without feeling the pain of the citizens of Ukraine. While my mother was born here, my father was born in what is now Ukraine and lived there until he was 18. I know that in one way or another, we are all deeply troubled by what we see and hear each day. And especially in Poland, we are doing what we can to support the humanitarian efforts to help the Ukrainian people. While this book reflects upon the life of Jews in Białystok before an unprovoked war started by a dictator from Berlin, I hope we all will soon be reflecting upon this unprovoked war started by a dictator from Moscow. I am hopeful that in the near future, I will return in person to Białystok to speak to all of you about this book. God willing, the pandemic will be defeated and I will stay well. Thanks to Mirek and Tomek for inviting me to be here today via this video. And thank you for supporting this book that is so important to me and many others in the Bialystoker Jewish diaspora. I bid you farewell.